Call the meeting to order. Begin with flag salute. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome you to this meeting of the Board of Commissioners. Please be advised it is a public meeting and that a record is being kept, both a written record and also a visual record. Do we have any recognitions today?
I think you do.
Yeah, I do. I'm asking you.
Oh, no.
Okay. It is that period of time when we recognize the Employee of the Quarter, and today it's our pleasure to recognize Felix, who has joined us in the back of the room, I think under the auspices of providing additional security at this meeting. However, that isn't really why you're here, Felix, and we're delighted that we're able to recognize you. I'm going to read some of the comments that we have here. The Umatilla County Employee Excellence Committee was created to acknowledge and commend the efforts of employees who serve the citizens of the county efficiently and effectively with a focus on professional development and outstanding customer service. In that spirit, the committee wishes to share with you the nomination letter from your peers that warranted this recognition. A couple of years ago, after 18 years of service with Umatilla County, this employee took on a new challenge at the Pendleton Courthouse and has been a wonderful addition to have. In the first 3 months while working at the courthouse, Felix learned everyone's first name and what department they worked in. In doing this, he has built many relationships. People have an increased sense of security in the courthouse, and they know when they call security, he or his co-workers will be there to assist in any situation. Not to mention his amazing generosity by sharing his delicious salsa creations. He is truly passionate about his work, and it shows in all of his interactions. His ability to stay calm and professional in any situation is not only an irreplaceable asset to his department, but to the courthouse as a whole. He brings true professional attributes to Umatilla County and genuinely cares about delivering excellent quality work. His skills and values embody the county's mission statement. Positivity, customer service, attention to detail, and loyalty are all qualities of a great employee. These are all describe Felix. Felix works hard to get to know each department and listens to their concerns and needs. He is extremely responsive to alerts and is constantly striving to be his best. He treats everyone with respect and takes the security of everyone very seriously. The courthouse is very lucky and thankful to have Felix as an officer here. We appreciate you, Felix. You are awesome. So, in recognition of this honor, you get a certificate from the commissioners, you get a mug, you get candy, you get 8 hours of free time off, and a new addition is a unframed picture of Commissioner Schaefer hard at work. So if you want to come forward for a photo. What?
Parking place.
Yeah,
Oh, the parking
place.
place, yes, and a special reserved parking place. So, you want to come for a picture?
You get the certificate in front.
Hold that now. You want me to hold a picture of Commissioner Schaefer at work, or do you want me to?
Oh, wait, is that me or is that you?
That's
Part
okay,
of
don't
that
lose
one.
that one. That's okay, don't lose that one.
Okay.
Nice.
One more, Stephanie.
Yeah. They need to all of you. Oh my God.
One more so you get it. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
That's quite the mug. Look at that.
Wow. Congratulations.
Okay, so where am I supposed to make this speech?
Don't you want that day off?
Why are you throwing this on the floor?
You need it smaller than the rest.
Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. And it's a pleasure working with you guys. Thanks again.
It's a pleasure to have
Thank you,
you.
congratulations. I can't believe it. Did you do that?
What do you mean did I do that? I'm trying to get by you.
What? All right, we'll move on with the agenda. We have no minutes. Oh, yeah, September 18th.
Mr. Chair, I move we approve the minutes.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have one addition to the agenda, item 9, dealing with the possibility of an economic development grant. Anything else, council? No. Okay. Any input from visitors beyond that which is scheduled on the agenda? Oh, I saw you moving, Elizabeth. Okay. All right.
Shivering.
Item number 1, Milton Freewater Public Works property.
Chair Murdoch, Board, thank you for having me today. We're here to talk about
You wanna-
installing three
first
monitoring,
tell us
Greg Silvernagle from the Water Master's office. Thank you. We're here to talk about installing 3 monitoring wells on the Milton Freewater County Shop property in Milton Freewater. And the goal is, I believe, 2 shallow wells and 1 deeper well. I've provided some overview there. It's going to take up a very small space, about 10 by 10 square feet, I believe. The largest impact will actually be getting them drilled because the drill rig needs to have space to move around. So, talked with Tom. Would you like to come up and join me at all? No? No?
If I need to, I will.
All right.
He gets ample opportunities with a...
Sure. I believe I've talked with Commissioner Schaefer about this quite a bit. I thought we were ready to present it to council for review. So any edits or comments on the agreement? It's still in draft form. If
There were
you
some
have
changes I made, so.
Okay. Yep. No problem there. So if you can get those back to us, we can. I'll send them to our contracting officer.
I think, though, based on the conversation and the vetting that occurred at the staff meeting on Monday, we should be okay to approve it, shouldn't we not?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Not make a motion.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion that we approve the property access permit.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Item number 2, Butler Grade Road legalization.
Well, since you're here.
We have a couple here. You might be able to do 3, too.
Really? Good morning, Tom Fellows, Public Works Director. Essentially what this has been an ongoing work in progress, I guess. And it's part of the legalization is the board has to order a survey to be done, and that's where we are essentially in this process. The legalization actually has if you remember, what brought this on was the windmill projects were wanting to put some larger turbines up on there, and because of the setback requirements, it is kind of what has sparked this, and there may have to be a situation where we might have to move the right of way in order for them to achieve the setbacks, but that's all. That's ahead of us yet. This just the board essentially is instructing the survey department to move forward on the survey, and so that the legalization can take place.
And that's not to put new towers up, right? It's just changing out the blades on the existing towers?
My understanding is it's not new towers. they're wanting to put bigger blades on, which essentially moves them closer to the right of way, which then they don't, because those blades are going to be they're going to be within that setback area. So, but at any rate, this road is like a number of our county roads. It needs to be, we have a number of them out there that have the right of way has not been legalized in the actual location of the road, and that's a similar situation that we have out here.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move adoption of Order RD 2019-15.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Road naming, have you anything to do with that? I don't. Oh, Elizabeth, oh, sorry.
That's their department.
Good morning, Elizabeth Ridley, County Planning. We had an application to name an easement off of Pleasant View Road in Milton Freewater. The proposed name is Rooster Rock Lane. We have checked with Dispatch 911 and Road Department to ensure the unique road name. I've also been working with the applicant to meet the P1 standards. So with that, I just ask for approval.
Mr. Chair, I move approval.
Second, is there already a Hat Rock Road?
Hat Rock, but she said Rooster Rock.
Yeah, but isn't this at Hat Rock?
I checked with Dispatch and County Road Department, and they gave me the good to go.
Okay. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Sale of property.
Okay, this is coming before the board for approval to sell some property that was acquired because of delinquent property taxes. This is out in the Pilot Rock area. It was a Kanzua site at one time, and we have received a bid of $5,000 for it. It went through 2 auctions. There were never any bids, and this is the first written bid we've received on it, so we're requesting that you approve the sale of the property.
Do we know what the intended purpose is going to be for that property?
No. The buyer, though, is a realtor out of Hermiston.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move we adopt Order BCC 2019-067.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right, item 5. Aaron is here. Is Aaron going to present?
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Aaron Treadwell. I work for Umatilla Memorial Head Start, and I am the Deputy Director. On the agenda today is in reference to the Head Start building in Milton Freewater. The county sponsored a community development block grant about 6 years ago. There is a 5-year waiting period. It's my understanding on the grant with the county, and then once whatever is satisfied in that period of time, then the deed moves over to us as a nonprofit.
So this is a formality, is that correct, Council?
Yes, the county really did not have any direct financial contribution to this property. I mean, it did sponsor the CDBG grant, and one of the conditions of the grant is that the county does have to take ownership. But all along it was a Head Start facility, and now it's just formally going to be transferred over to them.
With that, Mr. Chair, I move adoption of BCC 2019-066.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We did get invited to the open house 6 years ago. Okay. What?
Can I hand these to you?
Sure. Oh, perfect. Certainly.
Thank you.
Do you have one more? We'll give it to Commissioner Alfring. Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Item 6, fair payable.
This is coming before the board for approval. It's here because the dollar amount exceeds $5,000. This was for the ice at the fair and included some truck rental as well. But it is approval to Crystal Clear Ice for $9,140.
Mr. Chair, I move approval.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item number 7, election payable.
This is also coming before the board from the Finance Department because it exceeds $5,000. It needs board approval. This is a routine expense from the elections. It's to purchase the security sleeves for the ballots, and it is $5,019 to Senvio Worldwide Limited.
Mr. Chair, I move approval.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
AOC Federal Land Management Subcommittee.
Do you want me to talk about that one?
Sure.
So the county is a voting member of AOC's Federal Land Management Subcommittee and Policy Steering Committee, and to exercise our vote, we must designate a commissioner on behalf of Umatilla County, and that's kind of in my wheelhouse. So I would, the motion is for me to be proposed to be the designated county representative. So we need to approve and sign a letter designating me as such.
Well, in light of the fact it meets at 7 in the morning, I'll graciously second that motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Item number 9, which is a new item.
So I guess I can talk about that one. I was approached by Courtney Crowell with the governor's office regarding a stopgap for $10,000 to keep open. What's the name of it? It is
One potatoes.
Link One Potato, that's what it is. And there's 51 employees, and due to the irrigation district no longer having the capacity because irrigation season is over, they no longer have the capacity for wastewater to be in their facility. So now, right now, the Potato Link Link One is looking at it for a new place to take the wastewater out of Pilot Rock, but there is land use ORS statute timelines that they have to follow. So in order to get there, it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks, and that's on an accelerated timeline thanks to Mr. Walder. But in the meantime, they are going to be short some money, and they've asked the county for approval of a $10,000 grant to kind of bridge them as a stopgap. So because in the meantime, they're having to truck the wastewater from Stanfield to Arlington, which dramatically increases their operating costs. In light of that, because it's 51 jobs in Umatilla County, I would propose that I guess I'd make a motion that we would approve an economic development grant of $10,000 pending approval and from Commissioner Elfring, because I want him to have a say on this because it's economic development. So.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Supplemental budgets. We'll adjourn into a public hearing.
Good morning, Commissioners. Robert Paul, CFO. We have 3 supplemental budgets this morning. Read you a brief summary. Budget Order 2020-02, General Fund. The Veteran Services Program requires a supplemental budget to appropriate funding not known at the adoption of the budget. This requires an increase in state revenue of $1,783 and an increase in materials and services of $1,783. Budget Order 2020-03, the Sheriff's Snowmobile Program, requires a supplemental budget to appropriate funding not known at the adoption of the budget. This requires an increase in beginning cash of $7,100 and an increase in materials and services of $7,100. And Budget Order 2020-04, School-Based Health Center, requires a supplemental budget to appropriate funding not known at the adoption of the budget. This requires an increase in local revenue of $20,000, an increase in state revenue of $126,500, an increase in personnel services of $435,746, and a decrease in materials and services of $198,430.
Okay, any public comment? Any questions from commissioners?
None.
We'll close the hearing and deliberate.
Mr. Chair, I move approval for budget order 2020-02.
Second, all in favor say aye.
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 I move approval for 2020-03.
Second, all in favor say aye.
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 Move approval for budget order 2020-04.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All right. You may continue.
Also, there are two appropriation transfers that are before you this morning. Budget order 2020-05 for the soil probe truck program. It requires a transfer of appropriations to increase materials and services by $3,000 and decrease contingency by $3,000. And budget order 2020-06, the 2050 plan, requires a transfer of appropriations to increase materials and services by $25,000 and decrease contingency by $25,000.
You gonna make a motion?
Oh, I thought I was thinking we were in hearing mode.
No, we're out of hearing mode.
I make a motion to approve budget order 2020-05.
Second, all in favor say aye.
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 And I make a motion that we approve budget order 2020-06.
Second, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, comments from Commissioner Schaefer.
None today.
And I have none today, so with that being said, we're adjourned.